Let's get to our weather. Brittany?
Yeah, well, this weekend is certainly going to be something that is not ideal, especially for a Saturday where we have lots of stuff happening, right? So we have Carolina sitting at home. Of course, the Charlotte 49ers are at home as well. App State is at home too. And unfortunately, it's not going to be an ideal Saturday to get out and about. So we'll have heavy rain, gusty winds, and also areas of lightning, especially for those that are going to be out and about, just kind of trying to enjoy their Saturday. So your overall weekend forecast, not terrible, but again, we are going to be watching the storms primarily on Saturday. So here's an overall look, 91 degrees, the forecast high tomorrow. So yes, we will likely see another 90-degree day before the end of the year. 40% chance of afternoon storms, again, mainly across the Charlotte area after 2 o'clock before more clouds, and only a 20% chance of rain on Sunday. So big change by the second half of the weekend, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to see any action at all. Now, here's the current setup. You can see a cold front off to our north and west. That, of course, is going to be the driving force behind us having storms heading throughout the day tomorrow afternoon. Now, if you're noticing, there's a lot of storms already developing along this line. Now, that is not the main kind of attraction when it comes to our storms tomorrow, but if some of these isolated storms were to hold together, they would be reaching the Charlotte area right around 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, again, that's not going to be the biggest kind of meat and potatoes of what we're going to see tomorrow, but it could be an appetizer with some of those lingering showers. Again, primary impact's going to be in the afternoon and early evening as we track those storms moving into the metro. Here's a current view closer to home. You can see nothing to worry about. In fact, last night, Thursday night, a lot of these storms overperformed, and today it was the opposite. A lot of underperformance from some of those showers and thunderstorms. So here's tomorrow morning, mostly dry. Just after lunchtime, we'll start to see those pop-up storms in the mountains and foothills. And then you can see how much more widespread this gets as we get closer to 2, 3 o'clock and a little bit later. So heavy rain at times, a decent amount of lightning as well as gusty winds. Now, even if these storms do not technically reach severe criteria, it will be impactful nonetheless. So again, that's primarily Saturday afternoon. Sunday, a lot of cloud cover, 20% chance of rain. And then finally, that front situates to our south. And so we'll see lesser and lesser storms as we kind of progress day by day. So 40% tomorrow, mainly in the afternoon, 20% on Sunday with picture perfect weather by Monday. So again, what comes along with that is that chance to see storms, especially if you're tailgating early afternoon here for Lindenwood taking on App State there. Of course, kickoff at 3:30. And again, down here in Charlotte, we're also going to be tracking that chance for storms, again, mainly in the afternoon. Kickoff there against UNC is at 7. Best way to prepare, in not only someone who loves college football's opinion, but also this local meteorologist's opinion, have multiple ways to get warnings. Make sure that any tents that you're using potentially for tailgating are held down, by some kind of rope, just in case you get a quick wind gust. Keep an eye on the forecast. And remember, it's 8 to 10 miles for most stadiums that the threshold is to see potential impacts for game start time, pauses, things like that. But after tomorrow's storms, we see a lot nicer weather coming in on Sunday. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon. And so again, positive looking ahead at better weather by Sunday and beyond. And in fact, you can see a pretty significant temperature drop. The lower 90s tomorrow, back down to 80 on Sunday. That, of course, comes with clouds, but then picture perfect weather by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Here's that 7-day forecast. Again, a lot of action happening tomorrow. And with those storms in the afternoon, we want folks to stay weather alert. Again, Ascent, 49ers, App State, of course, all at home. Better weather on Sunday, and then more great weather beyond into next week.